Hey guys, coming to you from the Mekong Delta River, Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Today I'm heading to the killing fields of the Khmer Rouge regime. It's not going to be the most positive, happy day, but if we don't remember history then we're bound to live through it again. So just going to jump in the tuk-tuk now and go and have a look, learn about the terrible things that happened during that time. Look, I think it takes about 45 minutes to get there, so let's go. from the killing fields, and just crazy what went on there. I took down a few notes that I'm just going to share with you, but as I've said in the past, I always recommend you do your own research. What I'm about to tell you are just a few facts that I learned today. And also, I'll say it one more time, if you're quite sensitive to graphic things, then I recommend you don't listen to what I'm about to tell you, because it's really not that nice. But whenever I go to a country, I like to look at every part of the country, not just the positives and not just the negatives. I like to get a whole picture, and that's what I'm going to share with you, what went on here from 1975 to 1979. So basically, the Khmer Rouge regime was led by a man called Pol Pot. He was just a terrible, terrible man with some crazy, crazy beliefs. The Khmer Rouge regime was one of the worst genocides in history. A quarter of Cambodia's population was wiped out. Anywhere between 1.5 to 3 million people were wiped out during this genocide. The victims taken to the killing fields, they had no idea that they were going to the killing fields. They thought they were going to new homes. And this really reminded me of Auschwitz, because at Auschwitz the same kind of thing happened. They were told they were moving on to greener pastures, but really they were moving on to the most inhumane situations you could ever imagine. Buses would come to these killing fields every week with new victims, which is a similar thing that happened with Auschwitz and the trains. Up to 300 people were killed every day at this one site that I went to alone, but these killing fields spread all over Cambodia, and the one I visited today was just one of them. Sometimes at night they'd play really loud music and they'd have a diesel generator running, and this was to drown out the screams of the victims being murdered. Some of the tools that were used to kill these victims were anything that they could really get their hands on that was cheap. Axes, hammers, just whatever that they could get for a cheap price. Bones and teeth are still being found around the site. Just with the weather and the rain, it brings up all the bones and the teeth to the surface. One of Pol Pot's slogans, better to kill an innocent than to spare an enemy. At the time of the regime, the outside world had no idea what was going on in Cambodia, because there were landmines lining the border of Cambodia, so that blocked any information going in or out. If the victims weren't murdered, they'd either die through starvation or disease, or they'd literally be worked to death because they were forced to work 12-hour days with little to no food. Families were torn apart, women and children, men killed in front of each other. If the guards spoke out or refused to do anything, then they'd be decapitated. And there are still killing fields that haven't been discovered in Cambodia due to landmines and remote areas like jungles and things like that. What you saw at the end, all those skulls, that was 17 levels of skulls of people of all ages, victims of just that one particular site, so a very small percentage of the whole picture. And the Khmer Rouge regime was eventually toppled by Vietnamese forces in 1979. So those are just a few facts that I learnt today. I'll say it again, I recommend you do your own research. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and it'll be a happy video next video, I promise, but I always think it's important to cover these things because, like I said at the start of the video, if you don't remember the past, then you're bound to relive it. Take care, and I'll see you later.